struggle against the run on Saturday. Just what led to those struggles, especially when you went back and watched the film?
I think just, I mean, our game plan was sound, but I think, just the preparation and, the execution, we have to do a lot better on.
Questions? Mike?
Yeah, Coach was talking about, watching that last game and looking to the next game. I mean, how quickly do you turn your focus and how much of a boost will you get it back in Neyland Stadium when you play a team like Georgia?
I mean, well, I feel like, as soon as Monday comes, the switch flips on like that, now we're back to focusing on a new team, a different team. And I feel like, with it being a home game, our fans are going to be there and they're going to be a really good, support for us coming out. So, and we're hoping to give them a good show this coming Saturday.
Caleb?
Looking at the tape from Saturday, what went wrong? Heupel said y'all broke contain on Brady Cook at times. What let him run so easily?
Well, he was a phenomenal athlete. Their offense really relied really solely on him to make the majority of their plays. Again, it was just execution. Like some guys just weren't there at the right times, and that kind of led to him breaking the pocket, creating explosive plays for us. So.
Anything else?
Back there. Kurrott, you've gone against Georgia several times down your career, especially the last two games. What do you recall about those games and maybe the matchup and the challenge you guys have this week against their offense, their offensive line?
Yeah, I think that like Georgia's a pretty good team. They're pretty tough, but I feel like if we can carry our mentality, our focus, like more, like make sure that we're more honed into this next upcoming game, that we should be ready for them.
Mike?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about, again, the home factor again and just the noise. And have you seen other teams have trouble communicating, and how much of an edge do you feel like that gives you?
Well, I feel like, with how high the audio is, like in the stadium, definitely the fans contribute a lot to that. And I feel like, what with that going on, like the offense really has to really force themselves to switch up their cadence. So primarily probably try to stick to, quarterback clap,
Is that easier to keep for a lineman than cadence? I mean, do they give you guys an advantage that they've got to simplify or switch to that clap?
Well, I mean, it probably depends. Like, if it's more auditory, then yeah, it'll probably be some type of like signal the center will make, some type of look in the backfield, and then the quarterback, will probably snap it, some type of heel kick. But it all depends.
Anything else for Brian? All right, thanks. We'll have David Ward here.
Just matching the surge, man, matching the energy that those guys are coming off the ball with. I think it's something that we've handled pretty well all year long, is being able to handle the physicality, being able to just go out there and move people, right? Not winning every single one-on-one, because we all know that that's unrealistic in this game. But just understanding, our angles on our double teams, and understanding the footwork that needs to be taken for different techniques, and being able to adapt 3 down, 4 down. They get in and out of a lot of different things with their front, with the guys that they have. So yeah, those things will help us for sure.
Awesome.
Jacob, your career is dwindling down. You got 2 home games left. Is there, as an older guy, as a 6th year guy, is there urgency to maybe, I won't say not be yourself, but at the same time push everybody, knowing that hey, these are my last 2 shots inside me?
For sure. Yeah, I think if you go about your business the right way and you handle things and you treat people the right way, I think that people naturally kind of feel that. I think that people want the best for me, for other guys in my position, and the older guys on the team, the guys that are not going to be here next year. I think that especially in my room, they're definitely, not that they do anything special or do anything different, but there is a level of urgency that you kind of want to have for those guys that are leaving the program. So yeah, I think for myself as well is you kind of got to capitalize on these next 2 weeks, just because I'm not going to be able to play on that grass after this year. So why not go out the best I can?
Mike, and then Sammy.
Yeah, Jacob, I know you guys don't pay a whole lot of attention to social media, but Knoxville, football's kind of inescapable.
Sure.
I feel like you guys are maybe prematurely writing you guys off. I mean, you guys are beating Alabama and Tuscaloosa by 2 touchdowns 3 weeks ago. I mean, how do you feel rolling into an opportunity game like this?
Man, truly every single week, all that matters is this week, right? And I think that the guys within this program have done a really good job of understanding that it doesn't really matter what's being said on the outside. I've said it before, right? We don't care what people say about us. I've recently had talks with a lot of my people and stuff. Like we do care what people think, right? We do care about people think of us as players. People think of us as just people. But at the end of the day, is am I able to focus on what matters and be able to set my eyes on the goal, and that's to win this week. So regardless of whether we were up against Bama or whether we what we should have done against Missouri or whoever, it's just about going out there and putting our best foot forward this week.
Sam?
After Brew went down, you talked about how it was on you and the rest of the tight ends group to kind of take some of that responsibility now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Dante out for the season, coach just announced. How does that affect the offense, especially the passing game?
Yeah, I think it affects it just in a way of those guys are the guys that you've leaned on, the guys that you've trusted for all the preseason, and then you get in season and again you lose a guy like Brew, and now you're leaning on guys like Dante, and now you can't lean on Dante anymore because Dante's not playing for us. So it's just a matter of trusting that next man up. I think that again in this game there's going to be times where you're going to be called upon, and there's going to be an opportunity for a younger wide receiver or a guy with less experience to step up and fill that role. And again, we have the utmost confidence that he'll be able to do it just because we know how we prepare and we know how that room handles their business. And I know that the other guys in that room, even Brew and Dante, the ones that aren't able to play, are going to bring that guy along and just help him develop into what it needs to be for the team.
I think you had 3 catches last year when you played against Georgia. And I know it changes, but can you give me some idea as a tight end what you might see against the matchup zone in terms of how they cover tight ends? I mean, is it safeties? Is it linebackers? Do you usually have a pretty good read pre-snap?
Being totally honest, I don't remember. Again, each week, super individual. So starting today, I'll go in and watch the film, and we'll see how they guard us. We'll see how they've guarded tight ends in the past that are similar to our skill level and our skill set, and kind of the routes that we run and the different things. And it'll just be a matter of watching the film and being able to understand the opponent better than he knows me, and hopefully get the opportunities to go out there and make plays. End of the day is we'll do whatever needs to be done. I think that's kind of been the motto of the tight end group this year, is just being the guys that whatever we're called upon to do is we're gonna go do it to the best of our ability.
Anything else for Jacob? All right, thanks everybody.
Thanks.